Good afternoon, friends. I hope I find you well. Today is just going to be a very quick video on cold and flu. What I do in my family, for my family, when they've got a little bit run down, got the sniffles, or they've got flu, whatever, not feeling very well. And my family call it the medicine of doom. They really don't like it, but I like it. My eldest daughter likes it, and it really does help us. No, if you know, we're not doctors, we're not medical professionals. If you're ill, go and see your doctor, but that is a must if you're not so well. So this is just a natural ingredients put together that can help. You need to do your own research. You might be allergic to something, you might have an intolerance to something. Please do check. You might already be on medication that this interferes with, so you really do need to check with your doctor first. We just have this because it really does help us in this winter time, in this weather, cold, horrible. The weather's changing all the time, so one minute you feel okay, the next minute you feel really run down with a cold. I'm sniffly today, I've got a sore throat. So I thought, what better time to put this together so that we can nip it in the bud nice and quickly. So I'm going to just show you quickly what I do with this. It's very simple and straightforward. Hopefully you've already got these ingredients. If you haven't, they're very inexpensive to get. I do try and get organic where I can. I've not been able to get organic today, this weekend, so I give the lemon a really good wash. I've peeled the garlic anyway, peeling the ginger anyway. So I'll just grab a cup for measuring. Let's get going. So I hope you've had a good weekend. I missed you yesterday. We were very, very busy. We've got family visiting this coming weekend, and being in a small house, we were trying to get sort of reorganised a little bit yesterday. My car had broken down again, so we couldn't go to church yesterday, so we used the opportunity to reorganise and get some jobs done. So I will just move the camera down a little bit for you. I'll try and move the camera down. It's playing up a bit as that tripod, and we're going to make this concoction and see. I'd like you to try it for yourself and give me some feedback. And tell me whether it helps or not as well. That would be really interesting, because it really does help us when we're not so well. So I'm just going to move the camera down and we'll show you what we're doing. Right, a lemon. Might look a little bit green on the camera, but it is a lemon, I promise you. And all we're going to do, we're going to leave the skin on. My knife has gone blunt, I need to sharpen it. The skin, the pith, everything, we're leaving it all on because it's all good for you. It's anti-inflammatory. It's just, lemons are fantastic. There's so much goodness in them. I mean, what else is there? It's antiviral, it's vitamin C. Just taking pips out, making sure there's nothing in there. Right, that seems to be okay. Don't want pips in there. We want the skin, we want the flesh, we want the pith, but we do not want any of the pips. I will just, actually, before we go any further, just take those edges off. There. Just a little bit at the corners there. Just cut them off. And then all we're going to do is pop this in a blender, like this. You might have a NutriBullets. You might have those little Ninja Bullet things. Whatever blender you've got, it'll be fine. I'm just going to cut this up and pop it in. Now, just whatever size root ginger you can get from the fresh vegetable aisle or your wonderful fruit and veg market. Always good to shop local. And if you can, go to your local small businesses. I love to shop on the markets. Right, so I've just chopped them up it really doesn't matter what size you chop them up. You're just giving your blender a chance to blend it easily. So that's the ginger. Probably about that size if you can. Well, about just probably bigger than your thumb, the length of your thumb if you can. If you can get a piece that's probably about 4 inches, that'd be great. If you can't, just get what you can. I'm going to use 3 quite large garlic cloves. This is fresh. Again, try and get organic if you can. If you can't get organic, don't worry. You know, any fresh garlic that you can get is going to be good for you. So with your ginger, you're talking about antioxidants and anti-inflammatories, among so many other things. I'm sorry, I'm waving my knife at you. Garlic's good for your blood pressure. It's good for your immune system. Your honey that we're going to be using in a minute has your antibiotic properties. It's got healing properties, prebiotic properties, which nourish the already good bacteria that's in your gut. It's all really good stuff. So we're not going to use the honey yet. Again, I'm using my favourite raw honey, but we're going to leave that for later. All we're going to do in this wonderful blender, I'll just try and lift you up a little bit, is add some water. Now I am using filtered water. If you don't have one of those filter jugs, please just use bottled water, but don't use tap water. Whatever you do, don't use tap water if you can help it. Try and use filtered water. I'm just going to put half a cup in there for now. Got lemon, ginger and garlic. Sorry about the noise, I'll be as quick as I can with this. In fact, if you haven't got raw honey, please just use whatever honey you've got. Whatever honey you've got. Now then, I shall just pour this out into a glass so that you can see what it's like. That's amazing. Now all I will do is I will take a teaspoon of that with a teaspoon of honey, and the rest can go in the fridge, and that will last all week in the fridge. Alternatively, you could pour that into an ice cube tray, pop it in your freezer, and then just in the morning, every morning when you get up, just take the cube out of the ice tray, pop it in a cup, pour some boiling water over it to melt it. Not a lot, just a little bit. Add a teaspoon of honey and drink it. That's all you need to do. I will taste it to prove that I like it, just in case you're wondering. Just in case you don't believe me, I shall get just a little dish and a spoon. I'll be brave. I'm going to use a big spoon because I like this. My husband will only have a teaspoon. He doesn't like it, but he has it because it works. I might just try and blend it a little bit more to get some more of those lumps out. But that is, I don't know if you can see that, absolutely delicious. I'm trying to convince you because I know you'll probably be like my stepdaughter and say it's like the medicine of doom or something. This kitchen's very cold. This honey is quite well thick set, but I'm sure it'll be fine. There we go. About a teaspoon of honey. There we go. And I'm going to just mix that in with this lovely lemon and ginger and garlic. And I can assure you that even if you don't like it, it is good for you. That lemon's very strong. That is really delicious. Very strong, but very delicious. I think when my eldest daughter comes round, well, I think when my eldest daughter sees this video, she'll be coming round for some, whether she's got a cold or not, because she really does like this. She really does like it. So that's the video for today. It's 2, 3, 4 cloves of garlic, whatever you've got, and ginger, just probably a bit bigger than your thumb, and a lemon, well washed if you can't get organic. And then to taste a spoon, add a bit of honey. It doesn't have to be raw honey, it can be just any honey you've got in, but the better quality honey you've got obviously will help with the healing properties if you're not so well. You could also alternatively get Manuka honey. Now I know that is very, very expensive, but I found it to be very reasonable at Aldi and Lidl. I wouldn't pay the prices that some of the shops, especially the health food stores, charge. But Manuka honey has exceptional healing properties. So if you can't get raw honey, but you can manage Manuka honey from Aldi or Lidl, definitely worth having some in for medicinal purposes, definitely. So give it a try. I really want you to try this, because even if you don't like it, it really does, it is good for you. I can feel it working already. And I've had a rough cold this weekend. Probably, as you can tell, I'm not feeling well at all. This weather is just up and down all the time. I put my washing out first thing this morning and it was just on the brink of getting dry, and it started raining. I had to run out and bring the washing in just before I started recording this. I had all my video set up ready to start recording, and I looked out and it was raining. I'm like, the washing. So I've had to rush and bring that in. I will deal with that later. The joys of English weather in the northwest of England. Oh, how funny it is. But anyway, I hope you are keeping well. If you're not so well, try some of this. Obviously check with your doctor first if you have other medications. But I want you to try this and let me know what you think. And I will speak to you hopefully tomorrow. God bless.